Hi all, a great morning. I am VC from Vcacademy. In today's class, we will discuss about Basidiomycetes. In my earlier classes, we have discussed about Kingdom Monera, Kingdom Protista, and in Fungi, Introduction, Asexual, Phycomycetes, and now we will discuss about Basidiomycetes. Before going into the class, if you are visiting my channel for the first time, please subscribe and press the bell icon so that you will get all my videos as notifications. These videos are especially for revision purpose. It will be as a quick revision and all the important points are covered. Please watch till the end. Hope you will support us. So let's go into the class without any late. Basidiomycetes are commonly known as club fungi. So what is the common name for Basidiomycetes? These are called as club fungi. Some common forms of Basidiomycetes are mushrooms, bracket fungi or puffballs. So what are the common forms? Mushrooms, bracket fungi or puffballs. These grow in soil or on logs and tree stumps and in living plant bodies as parasites. Example, rust and smuts. So where all we can find club fungi or Basidiomycetes? They grow in soil, on logs and tree stumps and even in living plants bodies as parasites. Example, rust and smuts. When we see the mycelium in Basidiomycetes is branched and septate. So the points to be remembered, these are commonly called club fungi. Common forms: mushrooms, bracket fungi or puffballs. These grow in soil, on logs and tree stumps and even in living plant bodies as parasites. Examples, rust and smuts. Coming to the mycelium. Mycelium is branched and septate. Asexual spores are generally not found, but vegetative reproduction is by fragmentation, which is very common. The sex organs are absent in Basidiomycetes. Plasmogamy is brought about by fusion of two vegetative or somatic cells of primary mycelium of different strains or genotypes. So how the plasmogamy is brought? Plasmogamy is brought about by fusion of two vegetative or somatic cells of primary mycelium of two different strains or genotypes. The resultant structure is dikaryotic and produces a dikaryotic secondary mycelium, which ultimately gives rise to Basidia. So the resultant of plasmogamy is dikaryotic structure and produces a dikaryotic secondary mycelium, which ultimately give rise to Basidia. So what are to be remembered? Asexual spores are generally not found, but vegetative reproduction is by fragmentation, which is a common method of vegetative propagation. Sex organs are absent. Plasmogamy is brought about by fusion of two vegetative or somatic cells of primary mycelium of different strains or genotypes. The resultant structure is dikaryotic and produces a dikaryotic secondary mycelium, which ultimately give rise to Basidia. Karyogamy and meiosis takes place in the basidium, producing 4 basidiospores. The karyogamy and meiosis takes place in basidium, which results in formation or producing 4 basidiospores. The basidiospores are exogenously produced on the basidium. Where the basidiospores are produced? The basidiospores are produced exogenously on the basidium. The basidia are arranged in fruiting bodies called basidiocarps. So these basidiospores or the basidia are arranged in the fruiting bodies called basidiocarps. Some common members of Basidiomycetes are agaricus, which is of mushroom type, Ustulago, smut, Puccinia, which is also called as rust fungus, polyporous, bracket fungi, Lycopterodon, puffballs. So we can see the images here. So karyogamy and meiosis takes place in the basidium, producing 4 basidiospores, and these basidiospores which are produced are exogenously produced on the basidium and the basidia are arranged in the fruiting bodies called basidiocarps. And coming to the examples of Basidiomycetes, agaricus, which is mushroom, Mycelium smut, Puccinia rust fungus, polyporous bracket fungus, Lycopterodon puffballs. So this is about Basidiomycetes. In my next class we will discuss the other class of fungi. Hope you all are understanding the concept easily and very clear. So please support us and share with your friends. Thank you. We will meet in the next class with my new video.